My name is Russell Targ, and I'm a physicist, and it's my great pleasure to tell you about the remarkable work we did at Stanford Research Institute investigating psychic abilities. We did that for the CIA, Defense Intelligence Agency, NASA, and many, many other intelligence agencies, part of the U.S. government intelligence system. I got into all this as a childhood magician, standing on the stage in New York doing...
Okay, I'm just showing this clip, like, see how he said it done for the CIA, government, the departments. I've talked to you before, how when they used to follow me around, they don't do it so much now, they use this other thing. And they had children in the back of the car, and I could tell that they were using their telepathy through the children to be able to blah blah with what I was up to and this and that. Just how I see this other world and that. And
you can then supplement your magic trick with whatever ESP comes to you. And there are many magicians who do that, as we know. But I was not doing magic for the CIA. I was going to fail. So we did quite a lot of useful things for the government during our 23-year program. The ability we're talking about is a net things for the government during our 23-year program.
for the government.
The ability we're talking about is a natural psychic ability that we all have, in spite of what you may have heard to the contrary. People can quiet their mind and describe and experience what's happening in a distant place or in the future. And this has been talked about for thousands of years. Buddhists have a vast lore about what this is and how to do it and why it's desirable. And I'll try and talk about that later. The ability allows you to quiet your mind and describe and experience what's happening in the future. And you can do that independent of the distance. The most interesting thing that we found as physicists is that it's no harder to describe what's happening in Soviet Siberia 6,000 miles away than it is for you to describe the funny object I have in my pocket. 6,000...
101 right now. Buy that man a beer for me. Alright, Brandon Veteran says to buy you a beer. Fuck yeah. That's me. Fuck the police. Stand there and take it. There's only one piggy here. And now at the end, another one showed up. Don't fucking talk to me. You know I won't give you the time of day. What's going on to them? Nothing. Fucking back the fuck away. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. What are you doing to him? Run.
What's he done wrong?
What are you doing? Guys, what are you doing? No, he's not. What the heck? Guys, what is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you guys? Sioux Falls Police Department. Guys, he's standing on a public sidewalk talking. What is wrong with you?
Now, one of my last videos they had the heading, "Many live in heaven and hell." When I was at the protest, I found, because I see things and this and that, and I see through the play.
What is there to it? They're arresting him for speaking his mind. That's fucked up, man. Freedom of speech, man. He did Castro.
Freedom of speech, see, and what was the guy doing? They just went to grab him, thing. So, I've, you know, like, because I've got to watch myself and this and that, but because I can see through the play, and I can see how the both sides are and this and that, and the Māoris, well, with their treaty and all this and that, I've got Fijian blood in me, okay, my dark blood. That we're more peaceful than what their culture is. So there's a bit of, so I'm sort of like in the middle when I was with the Aborigines on one side and the hippies on the other. So I don't know what they, you know, that freedom of speech just shows you freedom of speech. You seen how they just came and grabbed them and that? Now,
even started adopting some of each other's characteristics. The bees became a little more restless and less likely to swarm together than usual, and the fish started to group together more than they usually would. Despite being 700 kilometers, 435 miles apart, and experiencing the world differently, the two species communicated. At first, their interactions and feedback were chaotic, but they eventually found common ground. The researchers report that after 25 minutes, the two animal groups had synchronized. The fish began swimming around their tank in a counterclockwise direction, while the bees swarmed around one of their robotic terminals. The robots acted as if they were negotiators and interpreters in an international conference, explained Francesco Mondada, professor at BioRob.
Okay, this first bit, seeing with your eyes, seeing with your brain. Okay, let's go and see your thought, seeing with your brain. It's going to clarify things when I should tell you about.
We see with the eyes, but we see with the brain as well. And seeing with the brain is often called imagination. And we are familiar with the landscapes of our own imagination, our inscapes. We've lived with them all our lives. But there are also hallucinations as well. And hallucinations are completely different. They don't seem to be of our creation. They don't seem to be under control. They seem to come from the outside and to mimic perception. So I'm going to be talking about hallucinations and a particular...
So they call them hallucinations. This is a doctor.
Which I see among my patients.
Because everything's with patients, give them on medication.
Got a phone call.
Psych drugs do not work.
Where I work. They told me
They
that
turn
one of their
people into
residents,
zombies.
an old lady in her 90s, was seeing things.
This is an interesting story about this lady.
Gone bonkers. Or because she was an old lady, whether she had a stroke or whether she had Alzheimer's. And so,
Because what she's seen is what I see.
Rosalie, the old lady. I
So,
went to see her. It was evident
because I've experienced both sides of everything,
perfectly sane,
organic and synthetic,
good intelligence, but she
I can
was
tell the
startled
difference.
and very bewildered because she'd been seeing things. And she told me, the nurses hadn't mentioned this, that she was blind.
And the difference between
Being completely blind.
organic and synthetic is one's from your mind, your thought, one is your eyes, connected with your body, which is at the bottom of your feet, is your soul with the earth.
People in Eastern dress, in drapes, walking up and down stairs. A man who turns towards me and smiles, but he has huge teeth on one side of his mouth. Animals, too. I see a white building, it's snowing, a soft snow. I see this horse with a harness dragging the snow away. Then one night, the scene changes. I see cats and dogs walking towards me. They come to a certain point and then stop. Then it changes again. I see a lot of children. They're walking up and down stairs. They wear bright colors, rose and blue, like Eastern dress. But sometimes, she said, before the people come on, she may hallucinate pink and blue squares on the floor, which seem to go up to the ceiling.
The pink and blue, red and blue,
I said, is this like a dream? And she said, no, it's
left
not
and
like a
right,
dream. It's like a movie.
good and
She
bad,
said it's got color, it's got motion, but it's
all for a
completely
reason.
silent, like the silent movie.
Believe it or not, this is the first step in alien-human interspecies communication. However, the second part of this communication is hidden and also misunderstood by our world governments. And understanding it will send ice through your veins. The pyramids of Africa are all linked together with the pyramids of North America. The Egyptians, the Mayans, and the Aztecs are all linked together.
The ley
as
lines,
They were
it's like the
miles apart,
5G.
and yet They were all one
frequencies.
culture and one people. And the reason why is because they all share the same Father. And He is here. This ancient sculpture was found among the ruins of the Mayan civilization, and it represents
The Mayans
an
had the
alien
10th
language.
insight, was when the computer
It is
era
also
comes.
an ancient clue, which means it possesses supreme knowledge. This is the face of our teacher and the face of our Father, and it is also something even more powerful than that. It is also an alien codex. It is a transmission of code, an enigma. It is deliberately left upon this earth and left to us for only one purpose: to warn us of something that is to come. Unbelievably, this alien work is actually religious, as were all building projects of the ancient world. Today we believe that religion,
What's to come?
an example of the dichotomy that separates their religion from ours, is here. This ancient carving of a
This
woman
one here.
has been seen in our world for nearly 4,000 years. It is called the Queen of the Night Relief. And every scholar and every professor who tells her tale calls her Lilith.
Lilith,
She
Mary.
is said to be evil and the first wife of Adam, and Adam being the first man that God ever created on this earth.
She's the one I see as the blue and
When
white
man
spirit.
began mass-producing books,
She always goes
and
the opposite way
mass-producing
from
media,
the
a
direction
horrible
I'm
crime
going.
was committed. And the crime was calling this innocent woman a devil. A misjudgment that began disseminating this oral archaeological tradition that is more based on their faith and has nothing to do with truth at all. This evil woman that is said to be Adam's first wife is actually one of the most powerful and glorious women ever to set foot on this earth. This holy woman is actually a queen. Her name is debated, but her position is undeniable. Notice what is in her hands. Look closer. This ancient symbol is actually Egyptian, and it is called a Shen. And it means immortality, eternal life. Anyone in the ancient world who holds this symbol indicates that they are given power, authority, and they will also live forever. Nevertheless, this woman is so powerful that she not only has one symbol of eternal life, she has two. Yes, this is not the evil wife of Adam, as the world would have you believe. And in fact, she is far more important than that. The religious have taught the world that she is evil because of her feet.
Okay, this is what I just
Look
wanted to
at
play up to. See what she's standing on?
Surely,
And
she is
head
the
on
work
one
of the
side,
devil.
head on the other. Abel and
And
Cain.
again, no. Her feet are not what makes her evil at all.
Two
And
of
in
my
fact,
gods I've met.
They
One offered
are
me a
what makes
deal,
her
one
holy.
told me about the 13th
The
angel.
one with wisdom would look closer, and they would notice it's not the burning feet of the devil. These are the talons of a bird. And that is the clue.
They say that
This
she's
woman
standing on
has the
two
feet of a
lions,
bird,
but
and she also
lion
has
face?
wings on her back.
this is the way I see her, in a way. This is the other one, what I see inside me. She's the one I feel inside me. But I've put up a few clips there, just throwing some things out, because I'm starting to, well, not starting. It's just like these my last clips on the protest and that, and went there and that, and then something been sort of like following me around. But I've been doing some meditations, and I normally tell people if I'm meditating on them, so I'm just going to explain to you. So I showed those clips because some people would go, they're hallucination things and this and that. I've told you about, like this circle that follows me, bubbles, and it opens up, and that's how I've seen inside the White Room when they tried to kill me, and then this and that, and other things I've said when it's opened up, and I see another world, just this whole world just changes, and then there's another world there. One doctor at the beginning, he's saying that's they were doing study with the government, looking. They know all these things work, and they know the spirit world and all this and that. And then you see this other doctor, and he's telling, no, this lady's suffering some condition from a guy named Benton in the 18th century. So you've got two sides. One is trying to discredit, one tries to shows people that it's real, and like you heard that guy in the beginning, we've got that possibility, and I've been saying that on comments and that to people. We got these comments. Okay. So then that fish one and the fish and the bees. I've talked to you before on that journey 18 years ago. It is now. I walked into a room with over 50 people, and I could hear them all talk, communicating with one another through thought. Okay, and so that fish one, that's why I threw in that, the fish and the bees, and how these species. This is all clarified in what I've been picking up in this last month. So when I'm at this, I normally tell people if I'm meditating on them, okay? But I was just in a sauna, and I go, I'll just meditate. Don't worry. There were people in front of me, but there was 3 men and a lady in the corner, and it's inside a sauna, and you can get into different meditations like that, because just what I've found. And it's good cleansing. It's good to clean toxins out of your body, So I'm in this sauna and that. Then when you're in meditation, you're clear thought, so you clear mind, no thought, no nothing. And then with me, things sort of like start vibrating. Sometimes it's like my body starts going from side to side, or things just seem to vibrate. And then the density sort of like opens up as not so dense, and then it just cloud. You just got no thought, and just things just change. But the lady in the corner, this is how she got up. She got up to go out. So just like a minute into my meditation there, and when it's all going to distort like that, when things start changing on that, she got up to get up, and she's like, it's a small area, like just the size of this room sort of thing, and she's got up and going to go out, and then I'm seeing her going like that, and then she's walked right in front of my focus. She's right there, and next second I look over there and go, she's left something. It just, when I had clear mind, and that's just what I'm hearing. She left something, and then boom, then I seen it. It was what I'm looking at when she left something. I'm looking at her again, but it's like looking at a dead body. It's exactly what it was like no eyes open, nothing. She just slunched like this in the corner, and it was just lifeless. And in the moment when I had that thought, and I'm looking over and seeing her body over there in the corner, and as she's just gone past me like this, and then look, she's taken my focus from there, but then I've shifted over to there. I'm seeing her body over there. Then within that time of that thought of she's left something, bang, she's fallen backwards, like she's like getting a recorder and then playing it backwards, and it's like boom, 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 each step back, boom, 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 she's back in her body, and then she's there for a moment, then I see her eyes open up in her body now, and then she shakes like that, has a moment, and then gets up and walks out. So we're right at the very first video, the guy was saying, or one of those doctors, they were saying, you see with your eyes and you see with your mind. Okay, so I was seeing her spirit getting up. This is how I'm describing to you people how I've been saying that you're spiritually immortal. And I was telling you about that David Icke with that South African guy and this and that. You guys, you some say it's like you're living in an illusion now, okay? In a density it's like that, but then, you pinch yourself, okay? But then people go, oh, that's all transparent and this and that. But you're born out of your wound, mother's wound, and this and that. So we've developed. We've got this organic matter. This is organic now. It's not synthetic. It's not like a test tube and this and that. I'm finding the tears like this because that guy in this thing is saying you can even see the future. So, but time in these spans, it's timeless. When you to see that thing open up and go in and see other worlds and seeing this white room look at me and this and that, they could be looking out of many people's eyes. We are transmitters and receivers. And in your book it says pull out one of the eyes if you see evil. See. So it's these two forces, and one wants to pull out that transmission, okay? One wants to pull out that transmission, so then there's only one. Come to the light, and you don't need body anymore. Just come and live in the light. You might as well just put Elon Musk neuron inside your brain and just get linked up that way. It's a lot easier. He's going to do it to millions of people. You can see it's going to happen. Because I've found in this world that people actually love money and fame and fortune more than essence, life, your own face. Anyway, saying it like that. I know I'm connected with the earth, so we need to know that. Well, anyway, so the lady got up like that. So bang, it's in the meditation. So then the three men are still there, and then I go back into like meditation, and then I just really feel fine with me. Each of them just like a hand movement would happen, or this and that, because when it starts shimmering and this and that, because then I would have seen their inner self, because I see like blackness inside people, I see greyness inside people, and that's where I say there's many of grey aliens down here already, and they so that was the spirit. So I'm showing a spiritual trip like that. A spirit thing, not checking the phone. I have to have it plugged in and everything. Yes, and that showed me too that what's happening with me with computers and that. there's this little bit of shift, but because I keep saying that I'm just here for the balance and this and that, I can see it's like, this is a testing ground, which action you're going to take. So then I had an incident the other day, maybe because I've been at protests and put myself out there a bit more in front of them, and he won't, because I've been to a university and just took a speaker there and just ramped out massively, and then all I'm hearing these thoughts going, "Fine, but he was telling the truth, he did everything he spoke this." I just, it's right in front of people's faces, but it goes back to the story of this king who goes, what? They think that there will man come who will dream? A son of man, and he'll have dreams, and no, let me go and kill all the children before this happens. Some king, and then his lady, or was it that Lilith wanted to cut off John the Baptist's head, and okay. And what happens these days when they cut off someone's head? Oh, not actually cut off their head, but when they die, they put their head in that thing so that it can be brought back to life later. So they just that the crews own just their head now. And was it Lilith or some queen's name of that Herod who killed all those boys around that Jesus story time, and then she wanted their head, technology. Well, and then you can see those Mayan myths, of alien technologies back then. Well, I know a part of my spirit lives inside a golden alien. I've told you that on films and many times. And of what I've come across on people I've met, this guy in caravan did the most amazingest paintings and this and that, and then he's telling me about these golden aliens who landed in Tibet and teaching them the art of living in a conscious state with a consciousness mind. So when I'm in those states and seeing that, you got that consciousness mind. So I had this experience the other day around the police. And like you guys seen me just boasted at the protest, I'm no 13, I know your boss, Jehovah, blah blah blah, Cain's people who's and then I showed you on that video, Lilith is standing on Abel and Cain, so he came again, like I met him on the fire and this and that, and he came into my head on the television screen, Jehovah. I see him as, I see him as Cain, the way this world is, because he had to take on a name. I am just one of weird. You're who? Oh, you're the one I'm supposed to kill. No, I'm sorry, he's got to take it. So, got to have his little minions running around for Lilith. So, and like those police officers standing. So, how, and then it's like getting confirmed to me. He's come, a police officer, I'm driving my car, I've just picked up Dimitri, and then the police officer car's coming past me, I see it on the corner of my eye, bang! Jehovah! Driving the policeman's car! What? And he's really, but then, because I seen on the corner eye, and I just know how to just turn myself off and go in that conscious, I just focused on Dimitri and created this shield like that. And then he's really hard trying to get my attention, more or less, like any closer he would be banging into the side of my car without even putting his lights on, or just trying to get my reaction to come back to his way again. And then he's going doing, and because they try and push these thought patterns, like how I've said he's coming to my head like a TV screen and all that, and but I could tell that it was a fair thing. Must be why I was putting up the defence, because I just don't need any of that. and well, not you just. That's what's gonna that's what's all feeded to you and this and that, and that's how come what brings down your vibration. So he's really like this went on for easy a couple minutes. I can steer and right next to my car, and any closer and be bumping into it, and still sort of following me on the side like that. And then he comes along like that, and then I'm one car behind him, but he's beside me on the other lane, but there was more cars in front at the light, so I'm just one car behind him now, so I'm not actually right next to him. And then I hear the police car turn off, or no, like it was a half length. He was half a length in front of me. On a horse they call it half a length. And the lights turned red, his car's turned off, the car's turned off, and it's sort of like, I look over there, and it's just like how that lady was in that meditation, and then her spirit came out like that. The police car's turned off, and then boom, he's fading out of him, and then the man is sitting back in the car, not black hair and black beard and this and that, like Jehovah, the way he's coming to me as a TV screen, and then I was just looking at him a couple of minutes earlier when he's trying to get my attention and trying to get me to pull over or whatever he wanted to do. So then he's gone, you see him go out really fast, and then the police officer's in the car like that, and then the car starts up again. So there's something about the motor and the transparent. I don't know if that's like how when you meditate it's quiet. And then the police officer's back in the car, driving the car. So it showed me these children, they are just little pawns. So like how they describe that Lilith, and then I say she's standing on Abel and Cain, but they got to take on names. So is that Jehovah and Allah, or Jesus and what's it, elephant? Oh, there's just so many. So I'm just throwing out, because I know it sounds like a really bizarre story what I was telling you there, but it's just a shift, and it's showing me of the eyes of the 13th angel what I carry, because of the story and all this and that, and and because the way he comes back like that. And there was a clip what I had with Jeff Doldy once, and he was talking about Jehovah, and I put on my head in the truth is out there, because I didn't know that some man's why I'm a little bit unconditioned than other people, knowing that there's over 5 billion people in this world who believe that they're going to be saved and go out and go after the light, or whatever, they're going to be all different ways. To have it so when you have a belief that's strong in numbers, and how they say like it's illusion, but then if you're creating the reality, there's so many transparent figures what are creating this reality. So oh, okay, I'll leave it there because I was just gone a bit longer than I thought.